again, my name is Russell Scott at scottcarvings.com. Today I want to talk a little bit about my book, one of the 4 books that I sell, and many of the DVDs on scottcarvings.com. I'm going to talk, what I want to do is I want to discuss, this book here is called 15 Wood Carving Patterns of One Cutout. It's actually one cutout can do all these patterns that I have in here. So in other words, we're going to make a cutout like this. And I just want to make sure that people understand who do purchase this book, that they understand how I made the cutout. And so I'm going to make one. And so the pattern is coming up. There's my pattern right there. And what I'm trying to get at is that this is a carving, the cutout that is made by holding the piece of wood in a diagonal like this on the blade. In other words, 90 degrees up. And when we're done, we'll come out with a pattern like this, or a cutout like this from the pattern. Okay. Now the thing I wanted to show how this is done, so that people who do buy my book will understand, or you can also give this a try. Even though we're going to be carving at an angle, like this, a 90-degree angle, you still want to have a nice firm grip on the wood, but a lot of people might be a little nervous thinking it'll snap out of their hand, but I've been doing this for years and years, and I've never, I think maybe one time when I first started a long time ago with the little one, it snapped out of my hand. But other than that, all you have to do is keep a relatively firm grip as you're cutting, and you don't have to worry about it snapping out of your hand. Now the reason why I like this cutout is that you get more carving out of your wood. In other words, if you use the same type of pattern and you cut the regular flat wood way, you wouldn't get as much carving. Now this book here, I'm going to show you how to do. There's 2 sides to doing this, just like any other cutout. And let's see, what did I think I'll just move right along here. Now I'm going to start with the front. Oh, that's the thing I want to discuss. Now I have here at 7.5 inches long on a 1 3/4 inch square block of wood. Now you could make this thing bigger by, let's say, if you had a 2-inch block of wood, and you can probably bring it out to 8 or 8 1/4. So in other words, the wider the wood, and the longer the wood, you can be proportional, or you can go out of proportion and keep a 1 3/4 wood and probably 9 inches and make a thinner piece, or thinner Santa, or vice versa. Same type of wood, same size wood, but shrink it and make it squattier. It's open for design. Now I'm going to find the grain. I can't find with all of the wood cutting there, which way the grain is. I think the green is more this way. I like to have the green, there it is. I like to have the green sort of going from ear to ear, you might say. But usually it doesn't matter. But if you want to do details in the front, and most of the details in the front, then you want to go grain this way. Call it ear to ear. All right, I'm going to start with this. Now you could use any kind of measuring device. It's up to you. I get to a point where I can pretty well eye it in. All right, make sure I'm in the camera here. Come up here. Got a little bit of sunlight. Should have probably bought some light here. Extra light. And I'll go like this. And then I'll come down a little bit this way. Come down a little bit this way. And then come out here. Looks like you can make the head bigger, smaller. Then come down about halfway. Yeah, it is actually about halfway. Go at an angle like this. It's kind of hard. I mean, I can do this without I get the camera in the way, as it were. So far, so good. And then just a little bit off this way. Now, the thing that's very interesting about this is that, according to some of these pictures, now this one is kind of shaped. This one has most of the wood. You know, it has this little thing back here if you're going to do a Santa, a hoodie Santa. This also has, if you're going to have a Santa that has something in front or something else or whatever carving front. I have like an Abraham Lincoln that you might want to cut, you know, take this much off, or you can carve it out. But the main thing, it's this pattern gives you the most wood out of all the patterns. And so, if you'll, I'm going to turn the camera off and put my my mask on. Make sure when you do your cut and you put your mask on so you don't get into the dust, into your lungs. Be right back in about 10 seconds. Okay, I'm back, and here we go. This is the part of the wood that's coming off. I'll put this somewhere so I can... Okay. Okay, for side 2, we've done the first side. Now we want to flip it over. This is about, oops. Again, you can measure exact, or it depends if you want to add some extra, I don't know, face to it, or actually I'll go this side. It's a little more comfortable right now. And again, this is going to stay at a 90-degree angle. This is going to go away. Again, if you want to, if this is one of my characters that have the legs and the feet, you could cut that part off, but I'm going to keep it right there as a Santa. And I like to flip it over this way. Get to a point I just like to flip it one way or the other. That disappears. And let's cut it. I'll be back in 10 seconds with my hair mask on. Okay, when we do this, this might you could still hold on to it. It might be a little rocky, but you still can cut it without any mishaps. The gauge to be up a little higher because your thumb is going to come in. Not on the blade, just by the gauge. Two peas in a pod. And there you have it. Again, this is Russell Scott, scottcarvings.com. And again, this is one of my books. 15 different cutouts or different patterns from the same cutout. Gonna get in there without hurting my blade here. There I got Mr. Pumpkin Man there, and there's a Viking in there. Mr. and Mrs. Santa with a stocking, angels, Santa Lucia, Nativity. Well, of course you have to have just a black wood for the Nativity. Shepherd, Native American Abraham Lincoln, and Mr. Pumpkin. There's another angle. scottcarvings.com. That's where you'll find this and others. Thank you.